Hey YouTube, tonight we're going to be looking at a 3000 lumen tactical flashlight from Sofirn. So let's get into that on Tinker with Tools. Now before we get started, Sofirn did send me this light at no cost to me. Thank you Sofirn supporting the channel, but I always want to make sure we disclose relationships that I have with vendors. But now let's go ahead and get on with the video. Now the light we're going to be talking about tonight is going to be the Sofirn SK30. This is going to be a dual switch tactical flashlight that is capable of producing 3000 lumens. Now it is not what I'd consider an EDC light, meaning it's not going to be small and what I would consider pocket sized. It is over 5.5 inches, just barely. So definitely not what I would consider a pocket carry light, but they do kind of provide a sheath that you could use to carry it on your belt, or then obviously clip it on any sort of bag that you have. And I think this size of light is something that is going to fit well inside a glove box or potentially on your nightstand. And then obviously for those tactical situations, they're kind of intended maybe quick access in the sheath, making sure you always have access to it. Now it is going to be powered by a single 21700 cell, so it is going to be quite simple for you to pick up additional cells if you want. It is a 5000 milliamp hour, so I think runtime is going to be decent, and especially where you can go ahead and have a second cell already charged up. Now it is going to charge via USB-C. I really do think that's my preferred style for a flashlight at this point. Now in terms of that tail switch, like I said, it's a dual tail switch, so the primary button is going to turn on and off the light. From there, you can also access turbo mode with a half press. Being able to get quickly to that turbo mode, I do think is really beneficial. That second switch, when it's off, is going to access the strobe light. Obviously, in a tactical situation, I do think that that's going to be important for you. Now, once you go ahead and have the light on, the secondary switch that is going to be used to kind of flip through the different mode selectors, and that's where you're really going to be able to access them. Now, it does just kind of cycle through them, but if I have it set in a particular mode and I turn it off, when I turn it back on, it's going to go right back to that setting. So if you have a preferred setting to start out in, it's going to be nice to be able to get right back into that. Now, in terms of the lumen claims of the light, they do have 6 different functionalities. Like I mentioned, strobe being one of those. So really it's 5 different light intensities. In eco mode, you're going to be seeing 30 lumens. So it's not quite as low as what you're seeing with the moonlight setting on a lot of light. The low mode is going to be 150 lumens. Medium is going to be 350 lumens. Now, when you get up to high, it's basically going to have kind of a phased approach where for a certain period of time, it's going to be able to sustain its highest lumens, but then it is going to step down from there. And high, it's going to start out at 1000 lumens, then drop down to 780 lumens, and lastly 280 lumens, so just below kind of that medium point. Then turbo mode, that's where you're going to be getting the full 3000 lumens. Now it is only going to be for 70 seconds. That's one thing that I wish were maybe a little bit greater. Even getting up to 2 or 3 minutes could be beneficial. Now once it does step down, just like high mode, it's going to go down to 780 lumens and then down to 280 in kind of that stepped approach. So now let's go ahead and show you the performance testing. We'll kind of show you what it's like in a dark environment, and then we'll kind of come back for some conclusions. All right, so having used this for roughly a week now, I think that's about how long I've had it. I will tell you, it is a decently compact light that is powerful, And even comparable to that other 3000 lumen light, I think it does a pretty decent job at lighting up what you're going to be looking at and being able to see, for example, across that field that I kind of shoot my testing at, you can very clearly make out everything on the other side of the field. And I think it even does a better job in person at lighting stuff up, and it does throw the light quite a bit of distance. Overall, the build quality is excellent, and I like being able to count on this if I had to use it in a rainy environment and being able to kind of ensure that it's going to survive because of that IPX8 rating. That's a nice little feature there. Overall, it has the features that I'm looking for in this style of light, where it's going to be a little bit more powerful, but not necessarily a pocket carry light. I didn't know how much I'd like the dual tail switch, but overall, hand use, I really do like it. I think the one feature about it that I don't necessarily love is that half press and then the full to go into the turbo mode, but it's just because it's not intuitive given how it is on most other lights with like a double click or something like that. I think that's kind of what I'm used to. That half click and then the full press, I find sometimes that I bypass it and just go into a regular on-off mode. So that's the only thing that maybe I don't love about it, but overall it still is a good solid quality flashlight. Now normally this flashlight is going to be going for roughly $65. I think $63.99 was what I saw it on Amazon for today. But right now there is a promotion where you can go ahead and use the code on Amazon to get this for just $43.99. I think at that price and for this Black Friday promotion, it really does make a lot of sense. If this is the style of light you've been looking for, I think this is a pretty good candidate and easily right up there with the best that I've tested in terms of kind of this bigger size flashlight. So go ahead and click the link down below if you want to be able to get this and get that promotional pricing. Now, once again, thank you, Sofirn, for supporting the channel and sending us out this product to review. As always, if you have questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. If you like this sort of video, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss a video that I put out. Once again, thank you for all you do. And until next time, I'll catch you on Tinker with Tools.